What a win for Spain in this World Cup. It's been outstanding how they've played, how their absolutely elite system of gameplay has trumped every other team in the competition. The way they've sort of zoomed past France and the way they literally decimated Argentina. I'd say decimated because Argentina really had practically zero shots on the Spanish goal, right? Unheard of for a team like Argentina, right? With obviously the greatest of the great Messi being on the team, right? And that's how amazing and well organized Spain was, right? Now I would say arguably Spain really, is a team play, right? It doesn't rely on individual brilliance. It relies on the fluidity of their system. It relies on the compactness of their structure. It relies on the creativity which is baked into their style of playing, and that's what sees them through. This is also a great reflection on the fact that a system, a process, and a culture that respects the system and the process is critical for winning more than individual brilliance or a collection of superstars, right? And I think this is where Spain has shown everyone in the World Cup that how precision football, how possession football, how joga bonito way of playing the beautiful game of football really is everything. If you get the game right, if you really enjoy playing, and if you have a system that helps you play, there is nothing in the world that can really stop you. And I think that's a little, lesson for everyone out there. Get the right systems, get the right structure, and that's going to ensure that you can go past any challenge whatsoever at work or in general. And I think this is something that Spain has shown, and no matter how much you talk about it, it's never going to be enough, right? Even the Pedro Porro goal in the France game, right? I mean, the way the interplay between Porro and Olmo happened, and the way the French defense was rendered completely obsolete by the elite system of Spain gameplay, which put Pedro Porro in a position where he was a 1v1 against the goalkeeper with a lot of space and on his strong foot, so that he could dispatch the ball into the back of the net. And you look at any and every scenario in which the Spanish team has created chances, it's been through their fluidity, through their ability to cut through the defensive lines of the opposition, no matter who the opposition is, whether it is France or Argentina, some of the strongest teams in world football. But they stuck to their discipline. They stuck to their way of playing. Even Kubarsi, the young Kubarsi, right? I mean, the center back, young chap, but amazing vision, amazing involvement in the game, amazing defending abilities, of course, but also distribution, right? In terms of finding the right pass to make in a given situation. He was phenomenal. Unai Simon, the more we talk about him, the less it is. Phenomenal goalkeeper. Not just a stopper, which he really is, but also a playmaker of sorts, and also visually very, very strong. Ability to see where the ball is going to be, and then showing up to eliminate any threats whatsoever by even sort of making those runs where required, leaving the goalpost and entering into active play wherever needed to thwart any threats or to contribute to gameplay. So while he's not a traditional sweeper keeper, he kind of did everything that was necessary to help Spain win. And then of course, the star of the game, Rodri, right? Probably the most decorated player in the whole world, but specifically in Europe, the only player who's won the Champions League, the World Cup, and the Euros, right? There's no other player who's done that. And again, the more we speak about Rodri, the less it is, because he's a legend, right? He's probably the best centre back, the best CDM, central defensive midfielder, the engine of the team, the dictator of the rhythm of the game, right? Spain thrives on playing with the right rhythm, and Rodri is the conductor of that Spanish team when it comes to keeping them in the rhythm, keeping them in the flow and ensuring that he is not only participating in the game as a playmaker, but also doing his defensive duties and also doing a lot of groundwork in terms of recycling the ball, in terms of keeping possession, in terms of ensuring that he's always there to receive a pass, in terms of ensuring that there's always a free man available in any build-up play situation or in any breakout counter-attack situation. All of that is controlled by just this one single pivot of the game. That's Rodri. As I said, the more we say, the less it is. But this is some outstanding, stellar stuff from Rodri. We've seen great stuff from him over the years, and this is Rodri probably at his best, and that's super amazing. Of course, Olmo, Pedri, Yamal. Obviously, Yamal was magical as well. I think everyone chipped in, and Ferran Torres obviously with the goal again. He's been criticized a fair bit, but in that moment he really converted that shot, and I think that's what matters. You can go on and on about this, but I think the Spanish team makes you really appreciate football. Really, it's hard to not be romantic about football when Spain puts up displays like this, driven by their absolutely amazing system of play and absolute discipline and their love for the game. So I think football won yesterday night. Not just Spain. Football fans all across the world truly won yesterday night, and I think Spain deserved to win this. All the stats, all the work they did, just added up to get them to lift the trophy last night, and it was absolutely amazing as a fan to watch that game and to watch Spain play every time they play, and looking forward to some great football in the future. But for the moment, I think it's amazing to celebrate this victory of great football in this World Cup. Thank you.